So, update. As I've showed, we got our camper, two campers, one for storage, and this other one, much nicer on the inside, to live in. And I just got from Bi-Mart 5 deep cycle 12-volt batteries that are pretty good. They're $60 with core and $10 additional without core, so $79. If I didn't say before, 69. So 69 if you exchange a core. 79 if you don't. Okay. Sorry. It's been hot today. I've been very busy. We got all 6 solar panels installed. Well, I did alone. And me and my friend, who's also off-grid in the area, the guy I met out here, just so happens to also have been ex-Navy, we decided we're going to use his chicken's eggs and incubate them on my property and set up a very large chicken coop and try to sell the free-range organic eggs. Well, we'll just call them farm fresh, and we'll look into getting certified organic and free-range later on. But I mean, we got this chicken incubator. Probably could have made our own or something, but I got this today. That was $150. You can get them for cheaper, I'm pretty sure. This incubates them and also turns them over. So this is not a very good video, but only got a little bit of time. I don't know if you can see even, but off there in that field, that's where we're going to be building a chicken area, basically. Chicken coop and everything, and let the chickens just walk around, mostly protected. Just gotta watch out for, we have hawks that might pick them off and other animals, but yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. Bring in some extra income. I mean, not for several months. It takes 21 days for them to hatch, and they won't be adults until I think it's like 3 months later, and then they start laying eggs. But by that time, winter's gonna be coming, so they won't lay very many eggs until probably spring. But it's something to start, and I mean, if you have property, you might as well try to squeeze something out of it, you know? Especially if you're off-grid and you have virtually no expenses. I've been charging this battery pack. It's mostly charged. I just unplugged it. I run everything now off the solar, and this, I had a larger inverter, and I just gave it to my Navy friend because I am really off-grid. I use a Wonder Wash and like an old school wringer, so I don't have a washing machine. That works fine for me. I just line up a clothesline out there. It's so hot here with the sun, it just dries my clothes really quick. So, and I don't mind doing things a little bit harder because it builds more muscle, appreciate things more, at least I do, but that's not for everybody. There are a lot of great smaller washers and drying alternatives besides the way I do it. And that's my batteries, if you can see that. Pretty much full charge all day, no matter what I'm doing. The pump's on. It's just awesome. Propane fridge. For now, propane. But I'd like to figure out some other alternative. Maybe an entire standalone top opening solar fridge. Maybe even bury it in the ground or something out there. Just keep it cool. Maybe not use propane just to do that, and eventually I want to, probably not in here, but when I build my house, I'm going to be probably using wood only so I can get off the propane. I've heard that referred to as the off-gridder's dirty little secret, and it is, because, I mean, if I'm using solar, that's great, that's good for the environment, you know, but if I'm also burning anything, I mean, yes, propane is a lot cleaner than many other fuels. It's very clean compared to, you know, gasoline or oil like people used to burn for a lot of things, but it still emits, you know, CO2, I'm rather sure, and other greenhouse gases, so, and wood does too, don't get me wrong, but wood is practically solar energy. If you replant trees, they're CO2 banks, you know, they hold carbon, not CO2, sorry, they take the carbon out of the air and they use it. So, in my opinion at least, and I've heard other people say this, wood is sort of like another version of solar, you know, as long as you replant. If you just cut down trees and burn them, it's just dumping into the atmosphere too. You want to replant, and I'm going to. So, yeah, we're going to start with these chickens. Probably keep that going for a while, see how much we can get. They should lay, hopefully, about an egg a day each hen. And then I'd like to eventually plant a vineyard. Don't really care what kind, if I make wine or if I'm going to make grapes or even raisins, because it's really more about this property is dry, has a hill, lots of scrub oak is growing, oak and pine, and there's rocks. I'm pretty sure with the right irrigation, I could grow very good grapes here. So I'd rather do that, and, you know, off-grid, and maybe even eventually expand, buy some more land, just maybe become an off-grid farmer. I don't know. Right now, it's just something to do to bring in extra cash, because like I said, if you have land, if you're going off-grid, you might as well try to make some money off of it, and not just only feed yourself, because at least for a lot of people, getting off-grid, it ends up being cheaper in the end, but to get here is kind of hard. Like, it's expensive. I just bought all those batteries, all the solar cells, that stuff cost me total, like, well over $1,000, you know? I mean, and granted, that was like 3 or 4 of my utility bills in Eugene. Eugene, Oregon was where we lived before this. But still, that's because we were using electric heat. Overall, it would take me years if I was not using electric heat to recoup the cost of the solar. So if you got the land, and I have 10 acres, my friend has 21, you might as well try to farm it. We're going to try to turn his probably into a horse property and stable horses there. We're thinking about turning it into some type of cattle property, but we'll see. We're trying to figure it out, you know. We've never really done this before, so. Alright, bye.